Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I'm doing my 3,000 subscriber Q&A and giveaway. So I put up a question thing on my community tab. So those of you can ask me questions for my Q&A. So there is going to be a giveaway, and I am going to let you know at the end of this video what that is. So my friend at the Lucy Chronicles, she has a channel here on YouTube, so go check her out. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, if I had no health issues, if I could eat whatever I wanted to, it would be sub sandwiches. I could literally eat those every single day and be fine with it. I actually found a new favorite. I think it's called the capicola or something. Oh no, it's the Italian sub, but it has capicola and ham and salami and all the good stuff on it, and I surprised myself and I love it. Normally I'm just a turkey and cheese girl, but I really like that. So I would say subs for the rest of my life. I would be okay with. And then she also asks me, what is your favorite worship song? There are a lot of great ones out there. There really, really are. The one that I always draw to when I feel like I need to be really close with the Lord, there's a song called Gold by Stephanie Standerwick, and every time I hear that song, I just feel like such a closeness with the Lord, and it's more of those more moving songs that are kind of slow, and I don't normally go for those, but that one just really hits me where I need it sometimes, and I really, really, really love that one. Another one, I wouldn't consider it, well, honestly, all Christian songs are worship songs. I really like He Knows My Name by Francesca Battistelli. I love that one, and it just speaks to my heart and about my writing and my journey with the Lord. It just really speaks to me, and that honestly probably would be even more so than the song Gold. So definitely that one. And let's see. She also asks, what is your life verse? If you don't have one, share some of your favorites. Well, I do have a life verse in the Bible, and that is Jeremiah 29:11. And it has been for a really long time, and I don't see it changing. So that's definitely my life verse. It's for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. So that is my life verse. It just speaks so close to home that God always has our best interest at heart, and He will take care of us no matter what. That is my life verse. And then she asks, share your salvation story. Well, I actually have a whole video on that I shared about 2 years ago now. So I will link that down below in the description box and in the comments if I can remember to do that. But I did share my entire salvation story. It is a long one, so I'm not going to share it on here, but I'll share a little snippet for you here. So for those of you who don't know, from my video in the past, I suffered greatly with pornography and masturbation, and I struggled really hard with that for most of my life. And I have to admit that up till fairly recently, I still struggled with it every once in a while, and not so much on the pornography, more so the other thing, plus those bad books with the bad scenes in it. It's no, I am done reading those. Those are out of my life. You are now gone. Get out of my life, Satan. You have no right in here. I am extremely loved by someone who I still can't believe how much God loves me and how much God loves each and every one of us, and just how much He wants us to be part of His life and part of His family. And so I just thank the Lord every day for His renewing morning mercies every single day. And so He has been helping me greatly. He's been helping me share more of my story, even more so nowadays. So yeah, He's helping me. He's continuing to help me. So if you want to see that full story, and it also has my testimony on how my life journey is going as well through Him, so definitely check out the video. I will make sure to link it down below. All right, the next question is from Mela Morris 6728. And she says, what is one book that you wish you could read again for the first time? Okay. I mean, all books, right? Like all of our favorites you wish you could read for the first time. I think I'm going to say Love Overboard by Shannon Sue Dunlap, because I don't know if I would get more joy out of reading it a second time. Maybe I would. Maybe I'll read it again next year. You never know. But I found so much joy, so much laughter, and just so much fun during my first time reading this book. And I don't know if I'll have that same experience the next time, if I do end up rereading it sometime. But I really would love to have experienced this one again for the first time. And also The Princess Bride. I mean, I have reread that book like 10 times, maybe more in my lifetime, and I still wish like it was my first time reading it. It honestly kind of does sometimes when I like wait a while to reread it. It almost does feel like a first time reading it. So The Princess Bride by William Golden. Definitely. And then she asked another question. If you could, which I like this question. This one's different. I like this one. You guys asked some really good questions this time around. If you could bring any book character to church with you, who would it be? That's a really interesting question. Like, it could be somebody Christian, or it could be somebody that you're, who's been going through some struggles, and you're like, hey, maybe I can help that character out. Oh, so many choices. I'm like, I could bring Luke from Loyally Luke by Paperbacks. I'm like, I probably would bring him as my boyfriend if I could. So I think I'm going to pick this character. I'm going to pick Edith from Dear Henry, Love Edith by Becca Kinzer. And because she went to Africa, so she has that experience of storytelling and sharing her journey with the Lord when she goes to Africa. So that's a good example. She has funny stories to tell, the Pepper story, or, how she met this guy through letters and stuff, and he ended up not being an old guy. So she has wonderful stories to tell, and I think she would be a good character to bring to church with. So I'm going to say Edith. This next question is from my friend Keen Cat Chris. She does have a YouTube channel on here, so I'll link it down below as well. And she asks, what advice would you share with small booktubers hoping to grow? Well, I think I have shared a few tips before in the past, but I'll share it again. So she is a small YouTube channel. I was a small YouTube channel. I still consider myself small. I mean, compared to the big leagues who have like 100,000 subscribers or whatever. But, I mean, in the Christian community, I would consider 3,000 a big, a big accomplishment, really. And I thank God for that blessing so much. So the advice I always give, which helped me, was to have a consistent schedule, whether it's once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever. Always be consistent as much as you can, I don't post at the same time every day. I try to, but that usually doesn't work out. But I always try to stick to the same schedule of days. And so there's that. Always answer comments, or at least leave a heart on any comments in your videos, so people know you want to interact with them who do comment on your videos. Also, make friends in whatever community you have on YouTube, whether you're a booktuber, a travel YouTuber, whatever you do on YouTube, make connections. Comment on other people's videos, make friends, message them on Instagram, say how much you like their videos, and by the time you get to be friends with them, ask them to collab. Ask them to do lives with you. Ask them, like you can do their tag videos and tag them in the videos so they watch, and maybe they'll share your videos, Have that community of friends, because that community of friends has really brought me very, very far, and more farther than I think I would have been if I didn't have that friend and community. This community has been amazing. I would not have actually made 2,000 subscribers last November if it weren't for my friend Krista over at Books and Champs. It really wouldn't. I was this close to thinking that I wasn't going to make it. I was like, I always try my best. My goal is to at least get 1,000 subscribers in 1 year by my anniversary date, which is in November technically. And I made it early this year, like really early. Like, I don't think I'll make 4,000 before my anniversary, but you never know, right? So I wouldn't have made it if it weren't for Krista. Krista actually had me on her channel. She wanted to play my TBR game. And since that, I got like 100 subscribers in like a week or two. And so that was a lot for me. And, you know, God blessed me with that, and I was able to make my goal again. And this year, I don't know how I made it this early. I was like, thank you, God, such a blessing. And I love all of you so much. So those are kind of just all tips. You do not need expensive equipment or whatever. I think I have a pretty good camera on my phone. Some cameras aren't the greatest. I would also say lighting is very important. I prefer to film in natural lighting. This is natural lighting. I have, well, technically I have one lamp on up there, but I have all my windows open. So natural lighting is really the best choice. I only use my lamp if I have to film at night. But if you don't live in a place that has windows, I highly recommend a ring light or something just to brighten the space around you and try to have a more focused video. Other than that, those are pretty much the tips that have really helped me along the way. Yeah. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Okay. My friend, Lovely Day with Holly, another booktuber, I will link her channel down below. She has 2 questions for me. Her first one is, what is a book you ended up loving but would have never given a chance if not for BookTube? That's a great question. I mean, honestly, I do a lot of review books, and quite a few of those I probably would have never picked up if it weren't for like, hey, this looks interesting, you know, in my review lists. But I will say there is one book, Ribbon of Years by, I think it's Robin Lee Hatcher. And it was a book recommendation from one of you. And I picked it out of my friend jar and I read it, I think back in January or February. I ended up really loving that book, and I don't think I would have ever picked it up. The cover didn't intrigue me, you know. I never probably would have picked up a book by the author, and so I did, and I ended up really loving it. The storytelling was fantastic. It ended really well, and I still remember what it was about to this day. And so that one definitely, I don't think I would have picked up unless one of you didn't recommend it to me. So thank you for that. Then your other question is, what is the biggest negative you've experienced about BookTube? I did not think these questions through beforehand. Biggest negative. I don't know. I would say like the weird comments, like the comments that like, but I don't get many of those, which I'm very, very, very grateful for. But every once in a while, you get a weird comment where it's like, you know, you have to, you know, those comments where you're like, you have to pray before you answer, or you just delete the comment because you don't want other people seeing it because it could, you know, cause some problems. So I haven't had many of those. I think I get them like maybe 1 or 2 a year. So I'm very thankful for that. That's really only the negative thing is, you know, some people just go on our videos to throw hate or shade on us. And again, as I said, I'm very thankful that that doesn't happen very often on my channel. But I also, whenever one of my friends messages me in our BookTube group and, you know, says that that happened, I always pray for whoever got that comment and whoever left that comment. So I think that's really the only negative that I've really been through on BookTube. Yeah, there hasn't been much. I've had a pretty good experience with BookTube so far, and I love it. So That's one of the only things. But don't let it discourage you. You know, you don't know what those people are going through. You don't know if they could be internet bots, you know, or people just throwing shade everywhere and anywhere. So just pray for that person, and you know, dust it off, because it's just a comment, you know, not a comment on you personally. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, the Book Addict 1244 asks me, what kind of job do you have? This is it. And no, I do get paid. You know, I'm being honest with you. I do get paid for my YouTube channels. Not much. It's enough for, you know, allowing me to go on book trips and, you know, have spending money. Not enough to live on, but I still live at home, which I'm very thankful for such amazing parents to let me still live at home after 30. But, you know, at least I love what I do, and I stay busy, and that's all that they really care about, is that I stay busy. I do get paid some, so which is nice. So, and I do love what I do. But right now I am becoming a writer. So I need to be in a mindset of I am a writer rather than it's not a hobby. I need to consider it a job, because I do want to get my book published. So as of right now, I'm on chapter 2 and I'm stuck there, but I did write a couple paragraphs the other day. So we're slowly moving towards the end goal. But I am writing a novel, and I am loving the journey. So that is my job for now. And I did used to sell jewelry, though. I used to make handmade jewelry. I used to do craft shows. Those were awful. Some people can do them. I did not enjoy them. Just, you get there early. You're there like 8 to 12 hours, and you may make your table cost back. That's how bad craft shows are. And I couldn't do it. I think one time I made like $500 or something. It was one show, and it was fantastic. It was like between $300 and $500. I was like, this is great. If every show was like this, I can do it. But no, they're not. And so I gave up on that. And I did start to sell at Bender's Christian Bookstore, but then they went out of business. So, but that's when God blessed me with getting paid through YouTube. And so I was very thankful for that it came at the right time when I needed it. So I'm very thankful. Okay. She also asks, oops, I lost my place. Oh, there we go. How did you come to have a personal relationship with Jesus? Oh, that's the testimony. So go watch the video. But I have been a Christian most of my life. I grew up in a Christian home, but I've just had a rocky journey, and God has helped me through that. Are you an extrovert or an introvert? I am a huge introvert. If you met me at church, I am very introverted. I am a hugger, though. I will hug you at church. I will talk to you, but I'm very quiet. If you met me at a book event, if you met me at a book event, I don't think you would recognize me. I've never been more extroverted in my life. I am talkative. I laugh so much with everybody there. I have so much fun. I volunteer for stuff at book events. I get up on stage at book events. I'm like, who is this crazy, insane person? Like, this is not me. And I don't think my dad recognized me, because he went to his first book event last month, and I don't think he recognized me, which might be a good thing. I don't know. But yes, I am a huge introvert unless it's something that I love. And so, you know, the combination of Jesus, books, and friends, I can't get more extroverted than that. So, and it's so much fun, you know. I love it. And I think the most I'm extroverted if you get me in the same room with Bethany Turner. 2 of us, I think we're getting closer as friends. I love her. She's an amazing lady. But yes, I am hugely extroverted at book events. And then she has one last question. What's your favorite book genre? I don't have one. I really don't. I at first thought it was historical fiction, because I do love historical fiction. But I like sci-fi and fantasy and contemporary romance and historical fiction, thrillers, cozy mysteries. I mean, I'll read pretty much anything. So no, I know I don't have a favorite. I used to, but I don't think I do anymore. I like anything and everything. Okay, my friend Chrissy at Chrissy's Purple Library, she has a channel on YouTube, so ask her. Or follow her. Ask her, follow her. I can't talk today. I'm tired. Okay, book question. Has there been a book you've read that's hard to talk about, whether for content or controversial opinions? I mean, there's always a few out there. Like, I always tell you content, and I read, for the most part, Christian fiction, but every once in a while, I just want to read a mainstream fiction to hopefully find you guys some good, clean reads. It's not always it's not always a good choice, and I do tell you what's there. I do tell you I skip scenes if they're in there, and honestly, if there are quite a bit, then I'm like, it's a DNF automatically. I don't like it. But I would say like I've told you one book that was like, well, I won't get it, but it's Offsides by Laurie Z. Scott. I've told you that one deals with sex trafficking and really hard topics, but it's so good, and I get the moments in life where we just want to read, romance or stuff that won't, make us sad or whatever. But then there's other times where like it's kind of important to learn about these certain topics and stuff. And certain authors do it better than others. And, there's definitely times in my life where I can't read about illnesses, and so it's like, but then other times I can. It just depends on my time in life and stuff. And those are always hard to talk about, like, and whether or not you should mention that there's trigger warnings. Or I know some people even consider like trigger warnings to be spoiler alerts. And it's like, yeah, but then you also want to help people out as well. So I do try to be careful of everybody. Oh, looks like my friend Lovely Day with Holly asked another question too. She asks, if you had never started BookTube, do you think you would have still gotten as involved in the bookish conferences or author connections? That's a really good question too. Boy, Holly, you got some good questions, girl. I don't think I would. As I said, I'm a huge introvert. Would I have started connecting with authors as much as I have now? I don't think I would. Because before I started BookTube, I really wasn't hugely into like Instagram and stuff like that. I tried every once in a while, but I really wasn't. I was actually more involved in book groups on Facebook. Less so now, actually. But I think I would have started asking authors for autographs because I used to ask actors for autographs. I used to write letters to actors growing up when I was in high school. So I think I still would have done that with authors because that's always been a hobby of mine to collect autographs. And so that would have probably gotten me to the point of becoming friends with a few authors. But I think without BookTube, I am more of a reader now than I ever have been in my life. And so because of that, I get more excited about having a connection with authors because they're like famous people to us. Like I want to hang out with all of you, and I get more excited the more I read and the more I talk about books. So as far as like conferences and events, I don't know. Well, I honestly didn't even know about these things before BookTube, so probably not. Only because I probably would have never known about them. Okay, my friend Morgan's Endless Bookshelf, who also has a channel on YouTube, go check her out. She asks, if you could have lunch with one fictional character, who would it be and what would you talk about? And the first one that I thought of was Penelope from Positively Penelope by Paperbacks. I just think Penelope and I would have a great time. She loves musicals and Disney related things and romance. I just think we would talk about all that. We would probably even start singing at the table and people would start looking at us weird and and like, talking about, the weird guy who thought that we were kidnapping his child, and all the good, quirky, fun stuff that Penelope gets involved in. We would just have a good time. We would laugh and talk, probably talk about our families as well, and all the situations that our family gets involved in and stuff, and all the craziness there. And I just think it would be a really great time with Penelope. It would be fun and just highly entertaining. We would be good friends. Next question is from Tabitha's Books Faith. She asks, what is a storyline in Christian fiction you wish to see more of, or to see? I mean, I love treasure hunting. More treasure hunting. We don't have many of those, and that's what I'm writing right now. So, maybe not. Maybe I don't have more because I want to get my book out there. But I think that would be fun. More pirates. There aren't enough pirates in the world. But also, like, I want more books that talk about, like, found family, or books that aren't solely a lot of romance. I feel like 80% of Christian fiction has a lot of romance. I think sometimes I just want a breather from romance and just have a good story, So definitely those, I think. My friend Susan Fryman 5156, hi Susan, asks, are you going to make any changes in the future? Well, technically I already did. I was going to put this video up before that, but I did change my TBR game completely and made a new TBR wheel and everything, and I'm already loving it. So that was a new change. As far as changes go, I don't know. I'm always making changes. I always add new videos. I always take time at the end of the month to check my schedule, see what I can fit. I try not to do the same things every month, other than, like, the ones that I need to do, like my TBR game, my end of the month wrap up, and my reading journal setups. But other than that, I really try to keep it fresh for you. I try to get new ideas. I still need to do more new ideas, but I try to keep it as fresh as I can. So I don't know if I'm going to be changing anything. I might, if I'm being honest, starting next year, I might go down to 2 videos a week, because I really need to concentrate on my writing. So that might be a change that I need to pray about and think about. And the other change is I am thinking about making a Patreon page. So let me know if that would be something you are interested in. I set one up, but I still need to figure out the logistics and stuff. But let me know if that would be something you guys would be interested in joining my Patreon. We would do probably a buddy read every month. I'll have a Patreon book jar for you guys to pick a book for me to read every month. I'll have, special videos for only you guys to have on Patreon. So let me know if that'd be something you guys would be interested in. And maybe I'll even do like a quarterly homemade bookmark or something, maybe, that I can send you guys. So let me know if that's something. I just thought of that on the fly, but let me know. Okay, and then let's see. The last question is from Sarah Schreffler 5407. So thank you, Sarah. I think that's everybody. I want to make sure I got everything. Oh, never mind. I think I already answered her. Yes, I did. But she says, I'd love to see if you have reviewed some of the books I am considering reading, have already read. Is there any way to figure out which books are discussed in which episodes? So I did actually link her a tag to my playlist. I have a whole playlist of every book that I have made a weekly review on. So I will link that down below as well. Hopefully I will remember that. If I haven't, somebody remind me. But yes, it's all in a playlist that I make. I try to have all my playlists available to you guys where I have all the videos in specific playlists. I have a few videos here and there that aren't on playlists, but I do try. So I think that is all of the questions. And it was a good time answering these. I hope you enjoyed it. So now we're going to talk about the book giveaway. So for the giveaway, now we can talk about that. The giveaway is I am going to be doing either because I am going to be getting Prime for a month in July. So I am going to do either a gift off of your wish list or a gift card if you are outside of the US, as long as you have Amazon. So this is open to everyone as long as you have Amazon, either a wish list or a gift card. So if you live in the US, I'm going to bless you with a book off your wish list. It can be an ebook or a physical book. It doesn't matter. And if it's ebook, I'll probably bless you with more, just so you know, because ebooks are pretty cheap. But if you live outside of the US, I will send you a gift card. So I'm thinking between $15 and $20, depending on like if it's a physical book or a gift card. So I will let you know. But it is fun just to get a gift card or a book in the mail or ebook. So it'll be a really great and fun time. And so to enter, I want you to just put a balloon emoji, you know, like birthday balloon or whatever, since technically it is my birthday month too. So we're just going to do like a fun birthday, you know, balloon, birthday cake, anything that has to do with a birthday. Put an emoji in your comment. You can put anything else in your comments, but make sure you have one of those emojis to be entered into the giveaway. So that is the only rule. Okay, pay attention to the rule. You can live anywhere as long as Amazon delivers or whatever. But you have to have a birthday type emoji, balloons, birthday cake, whatever, you know. So that's the only thing I have. Okay. All right. So then that is it. So the giveaway will end on the last day of July at 11:59 p.m. I think there's 31 days in July. Don't quote me, but I think there is. Sometimes I lose track of numbers, but last day of July at 11:59 p.m. I will end it and I will announce the winner on August 1st. So that'll give you a good week or so to enter. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day and I'll see you all in the next video.